The Super Smash Bros. Hype cycle is in full effect. That train is going to keep on chugging to its release, and it's looking like the sheer amount of content stuffed into this game is going to make sure that it doesn't disappoint. But while I love character speculation as much as the next guy, speaking of which, at the time of this recording, I totally got King Kirby right, haha! This game, the Ultimate Smash experience, may mean that things like new characters may be in short supply, I think. Who's to say that the same applies to the stages? So let's go over 7 stage ideas that I predict / want to see in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate in no particular order. And why is it 7, you ask? Just because. Let's get started. My first stage idea is a Kirby Stage. Shocking. But I'm thinking of something big for it in that I think it could expand on a new type of stage layout that first appeared in Smash View. That's right, I'm thinking that this stage could be a 2-plane stage like DK's Jungle Hijinks. As for which Kirby level would be the template for such a stage, I think the casino level from Planet Robobot would be a good fit considering its mode of transportation between the foreground and background. Whereas in the Donkey Kong stage where you use barrels to shoot yourself back and forth, in this stage you would use teleporters. And just like with the barrels exploding on you if you try to overuse them, if you try to overuse the teleporters, you'll get shocked and stunned for a second. Then for stage hazards, there could be giant casino game items that fly in and can damage fighters, including a giant pool ball that would be too tall to jump over and force you to teleport to safety. All of this I think can make for a pretty cool 2-plane stage for Kirby. My second stage idea is based on one of the desert levels from either Xenoblade Chronicles X or Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Oblivion or More Ordained respectively. Given the recent success of Xenoblade Chronicles 2 last year, with it selling over 1 million copies in 1 month, the Xenoblade series has proven to be one of Nintendo's new big hitters. So giving it another stage, possibly with a new fighter to accompany it, wink wink, would be a great idea. As for why I picked the desert areas from those games to be the candidates for a stage, there are 2 reasons. The first is that Garo Plains from Xenoblade Chronicles 1 already covers the open grassy area as a stage theme, so going with a desert area would be a good contrast to keep the new stage from feeling too similar to the Xenoblade Chronicles 1 stage. And second, the themes of the desert areas from both games are phenomenal and need to be included in Smash, either straight from the respective game or as a remix. And if either stage were to have hazards, Xenoblade Chronicles 1 only really had the 1 stage bar, so it could go either way from there. They could have some of the enemies from that game appear and try to damage the fighters. And on a final note, while Xenoblade Chronicles 2 being fairly new is a fair argument as to where we might not get a character from that game, at least at launch, I think a stage would still be probable given that Smash View had a stage for a game that wasn't even released yet, that being Woolly World from Yoshi's Woolly World, so I think it could still have a good chance of making it in. Speaking of recent games, there's a new IP Nintendo released last year that's also all about fighting, so converting one of its arenas into a Smash stage sounds like an easy task. Yes, I'm thinking there's a chance we can get an ARM stage in Smash Ultimate. And while technically any of them could work, I'm picking Ribbon Girl's stage. In ARMS, her stage's gimmick is that there will be square sections on the floor that would rise at random times and be either 1 or 2 blocks high. In Smash Ultimate, it can basically do the exact same thing, and fighters can attack those blocks to make them disappear. There could also be flyby hazards or assists, where either a bomb would fly in and explode after a few seconds, or a bottle of healing spray would heal all fighters that stay within its range for a limited time. Next up, I'm thinking we could get another Sonic stage, and I think it should be another version of Green Hill Zone.
Oh my No, God!
Kidding. I'm thinking it could either be a stage from Sonic Colors or Sonic Mania. In Sonic Mania's case, it would hopefully be one of the completely new zones like Studiopolis or Mirage Saloon. Or in Sonic Colors' case, it could be just about any world theme from that game, my top picks being Planet Wisp, Aquarium Park, or Tropical Resort in that order of top 3 most likely to be picked. Though with all these options that I picked, this is more of a stage hope list than an actual stage idea. But Sonic just has that many cool stages that aren't Green Hill themed, that it's hard to choose just one. He can get a stage from any number of his games, and not just from the ones that I mentioned here, so here's hoping that one of them gets in, along with some of that killer Sonic music. If there's a Nintendo franchise almost as widespread as Mario, it'd be Pokemon. So much so that those two franchises have had close to the same number of fighters in each game. So just like Wii U and 3DS represented Gen 6 of Pokemon with Greninja and their own Gen 6 stages, I think Smash Ultimate will likely have a Gen 7 location as a stage, and maybe even a new fighter along with it, but that's not what we're talking about right now, so let's move on. And since this generation was based on Hawaii, I'm guessing the stage would be beach themed. A specific beach that they could choose could be Hano Beach, since there's a resort right next to it, so that would make a cool background detail. Though admittedly, beyond that and maybe having some Gen 7 Pokemon doing some random stuff as Smash goes on, I can't really think of much else that they could do with the stage. Alternatively, they can make the stage a traveling one where you would just go to each island's noteworthy areas, but other than that I can't really think of much else. So now let's move on to the least likely idea on this list. This stage's inclusion hinges entirely on whether or not my most wanted character for Smash Ultimate makes it in as a fighter, but if Sora from Kingdom Hearts does make it in, he'll definitely have a stage to accompany him. And to keep the amount of Disney influence to a minimum, since that's seen as the most likely reason why people don't think he'll get in at all, I'm thinking that his stage could be KH exclusive, and the one I'm picking is Twilight Town. This location isn't really all that dynamic, but not really every stage needs to have an active hazard despite me listing possibilities for it in all my other stage ideas. And while I can think of some for this stage too, like having Heartless or Nobody show up and attack the fighters, I actually think that this stage would be the best to just have it be more chill and just have a standard fare of platforms and buildings. I guess a constant Twilight would be a pretty good fit. And for my final stage prediction, I'm thinking we could get a new Metroid Stage. Given the recent surge of Metroid just in general after the series was dormant for so long, from things like the announcement of 2 Metroid games at last year's E3, to more recent times with both Ridley and Dark Samus being in as fighters, even if one of them is just an echo, it only makes sense to have another Metroid Stage to further help get the series back into the public's eye. And with Metroid Prime 4 coming someday, I think using a location from one of the first 3 Prime games would be a good idea to drum up interest in Samus' 3D adventures. Though since I've never actually played a Metroid game myself, while I did do a little research to get some general ideas, I can't exactly think of many specifics to make it stand out in its own Metroid-y way. But I'm sure any Metroid fans out there can think of the nitty-gritty stuff. So after some quick searching, I think having the Space Pirate homeworld as a stage would be a cool idea. From what I've read, both Dark Samus and Ridley play some sort of role on that planet when Samus goes there, so it could act as a stage for both of them. And the planet also tends to have acid rainfall from what I've read, so maybe that could happen periodically, and the fighters would have to take cover underneath some solid platforms and terrain, otherwise the acid rain would continually cause damage. And there you have it. Those are my 7 stage ideas / predictions for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I'm certain that not all of these stages are likely to happen all together, but I'm sure individually they each have a pretty good chance. So what about you guys? What stage from what series would you want to see get into Smash Ultimate? Leave a comment down below with your stage idea / prediction, and if you enjoyed this video, leave a like and maybe share this video with your friends. And if you want, you can follow me on Twitter as well and talk with me there. Thank you all for watching, and until next time, I'm Warping out.